All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is well. It is Sunday. Man, I'll tell you, the weeks are going by ridiculously fast, and weekends are no exception, unfortunately. A little bit chillier last night and today, then it changed pretty quickly. I think our high temperature down here today was like 49, so very nice. So, anyway, all right. So before we jump into anything, I would just like to remind you all that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue will boot you out of here. So let's just be nice, have a good stream, and go from there. So before we even do anything else, I am going to pop this. Very good. Okay. Yeah, Cowboys and 49ers coming up at 8:20. So you guys have to let me know how that's going through the stream. Yeah, what you're hearing probably in the background right now, I actually do have the heat on. So I'm like, yep, not planning on being cold. But anyway, so basically talking about in this stream, we're going to talk about are things getting worse, what's going on here. We're definitely going to be talking about the situation that is happening over in the Middle East. And, it's just crazy, crazy situation. Of course, we already knew that certain members of Congress, right, would be yelling, oh, they should do a ceasefire. And, Israel has said, no, we're going to war. And I don't blame them. I do not blame them. Not at all. Uh, you know, War is an ugly thing. Nobody wins realistically in war. Both sides take casualties. That happens. But, you know, oh, Iran had a big hand in it. Yeah, Iran, they hate Israel. I mean, they just, all those surrounding areas hate Israel. So they want Israel destroyed. And, so they're doing this. But I think what you're going to see, I think the response from Israel will be, and I'm not, I don't have any inside information or anything, but I think this response is going to be devastating for Hamas. And it should be, right? It should be. So, it is amazing to me, and then of course here's the problem that I have. You have, I don't know, I guess I can't fathom that level of hatred towards another religion. I really can't, because like I said, I could care less what anybody's religion is, to be honest with you. um, I do what you got to do, and I'll do what I got to do, and we'll live in peace. But some people can't do that. They cannot do that, and that's kind of sad. So yeah, what was up with that? I mean, how did, I mean, it's amazing to me. I mean, Israel got caught with their pants down. I mean, that's just there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They got caught completely off guard, and you would think that they would have had a better, a better preparedness for that. And I know they were going into a holiday for them, but you have to understand, uh, you know, that you have to be prepared no matter what, if it's a holiday or not a holiday. Oh yeah, we have sleeper cells in America. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that statement 100%. I don't disagree with that at all. It would not surprise me in the least. Now I don't know if you guys saw this one. This one just came out a little while ago. Obviously, Biden came out eventually after a while, showed support for Israel, said that we have Israel's back. And so he is sending the new aircraft carrier that we have. the Gerald Ford, over with its contingency of ships over to that region to show support for Israel. And, you know, realistically, guys, I'm just going to be 100% honest. It ain't our fight. It's not our fight. We shouldn't be getting involved with it at all. Those folks over there have been fighting each other for thousands of years. They will continue to fight each other until one side wins, one side loses. That's just how that's going to go. They're never gonna. They're never gonna stop. They're never gonna stop. Oh, I know. We've been involved with Israel for. Um, yeah, we've been involved with Israel for decades. No, I understand that. I mean, we've had the reason Israel has the military capability that they have is because of us. So, I mean, but I will tell you what, you know, Israeli fighters are no joke. I mean, those guys know that they're outnumbered, they're outmanned. They need to be able to deal what they got to deal with, and they do. And but again, maybe Israel allowed it to happen. You never know. To be honest with you, you never know. Um, it's just a matter, like I said, all these things. I, I have a real heart. I have a gut feeling, basically, that, and I've been talking about this for a while, that these lunatics that are in Washington want to get us into a war, because war's good for the economy, right? You know, war's always been good for the economy, and yeah, we will never know anyway. Don said, yeah, if it was allowed to happen, we'll never know, but it obviously, Israel is going to do what Israel's going to do, and yeah, how could they not know? Who, you know what? They got to know that at some point, it's going to happen. In Dearborn, Michigan, they're partying in the streets for the attacks on Israel. Well, yeah, because we've allowed all those people to come over here and live here. So, I mean, what do you expect? Honestly, what do you expect? You know, they're not coming. What I think a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these folks that come over here have no intention of assimilating and being part of society. They want to be separate. And there's a lot of groups that do that. I'm not just talking about the Muslims. There's a lot of groups that do that. Um, they don't. Different groups like Chinese, for example, and it's not all Chinese. So please don't say, "Oh, it's all the Chinese." He said all Chinese. I'm not saying all Chinese, but a lot of the Chinese do not want their daughters or their sons to marry somebody outside of their race. A lot of people are like that. When are you going to start making moonshine? Yeah, right. Well, when I have to use it for fuel, how about that? That's when. But it's just, so you have these people, they don't want to come together and adapt new cultures. They want to come here and they want us to adapt to their culture, which is not the way it's going to be. It's insanity. Like I said, it's insanity. If you look back at the all the immigrants that came over from Europe, right? Spain, Ireland, you know, all parts of Europe, all parts of Europe, and there was, yeah, you had your Italian community, you had your German communities and stuff like that, but over time, everybody just kind of blended together, and that's why we have what we have now. you know we have an eclectic mix. That's why we're Americans, because there's nobody over here, realistically. If let's put it like this: if you were born, I'll put it this way, if you were born within the last 100 years in the United States of America, most likely there's not very many people that can say, I'm 100% this or I'm 100% that. It's just not the way it is anymore, especially like in the last 50 years. Especially in the last 50 years. I mean, we're mutts. That's what we are. I mean, I have English, Irish, Scottish, Dutch, German, and a little bit of Spanish. I am a true American mutt, okay, and that's okay. But so many people want to keep themselves separated. Like you have Chinatown is a good example, and you get a lot of people that will be in those areas that's, Chinatown, they're all Chinese. And, they're speaking Chinese. And I understand keeping the culture, but if you come here, right, you should learn the language no matter where you're coming from. But, that's just, that's another whole thing. But this situation with this right now, and we're right away sending warships over there, and it's just you know it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It makes no sense. um, we need to not get involved. Like I said, we got enough of our own problems here in the United States to worry about than to worry about what everybody else is doing all over the world. And and to get caught up in that conflict will not be a good thing. It just makes us weaker still. So, technically speaking, the U.S. has no official language. Well, of course it does. What are you talking about, Jay? Of course it does. It's English. Yeah, that's the official language. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. I don't know why you're making that statement because that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But that's okay. That's okay. Um, yeah, just another place to send a ton of money to we don't have. That's funny. I'm not going to get into a debate with you guys if the language is English or not English in America. I'm not going to get into that. Um, hey, RC Kev, this is an Arizona tea on me, mister. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, I will take a sip of this Arizona tea on you. Thank you. But it is English. It's I'm, it is English. So somebody wants to come on here and say it's not. You say whatever you want to say, but you're not right. The official language in the United States is English. Uh, you know, so I don't. Uh, too funny. Anyhow, but yeah, who knows what people are coming on talking about? I have no clue. What do we got? 452 in the chat, guys. We got 161 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate you doing that, and thank you. Also, it does make it definitely makes a big difference with the algorithms. I'm sorry, I was reading a comment. Also, guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time. So, anyway, like I said, I'm not going to get into debate over the language. I mean, that's just silliness, but that's okay. You're probably a flat earther too on top of it. So I mean, not trying to mock you, but I just anyway, we're gonna move forward. So, um, situation is, I feel like they want to try to drag us into something because right now, no matter what information you're being given, things are tough for a lot of people. A lot of people are struggling very, very hard. Well, war is good for the economy, and they know that. And if you're in a war, you can be distracted from that over whatever other living conditions are going on. When And switching topics, will this war go into our country? I don't think you'll see that. I don't. That's a good question, and I do appreciate that question. What you have to understand, I do believe that there are sleeper cells in the United States, and when they are told to, they will do sabotage and those type of things. But we may bicker and fight in America, but if somebody attacks us here, you're not just facing the army. See, this is what I think a lot of people don't understand. Um, JJ, you want to take care of Mike Hunt for me, please? Which is a ridiculous name anyway, but that's okay. Take care of that for me, and thank you. If somebody attacks this country, like I said, they just don't have to worry about the soldiers. They're going to have to worry about Joe average American saying, "Yeah, you're not doing it here," and coming out and stopping people, and that would happen. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. Uh, you know, there are so many, and that's one of the reasons I truly believe that they want to disarm us. Those people that are truly in control want us disarmed so we cannot defend ourselves. I was just reading an article today, and they're talking about, teen deaths, and how the rise of teen deaths due to gun violence and stuff like that. Well, here's an idea. Stop. Let's go after the criminals. How about that? Let's stop having all these criminals have a free ride, free access to drugs, um, you know, a license to steal, and know that they're not going to get the cops called on them or arrested or tossed in jail. Let's talk about that. Why is nothing being done about those things? So as crime continues to grow and get worse and worse, and they can't figure out why, right? I mean, it's insanity. The policies of these businesses now is absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Makes no sense whatsoever to me. I don't get it. You know, I really don't. And so they just let these scumbags go in and go in and do whatever they want to do. So I had this discussion with somebody recently. And so why would you not? And so this is just me. If you know, right, if the policy of the company is not to engage a shoplifter, not to stop them from shoplifting, not to chase them out to the in the parking lot or anything like that, or try to get the information or the license plate or any of those type of stuff, right? If you know that there is a known shoplifter that is coming in your store all the time, why are you not just banning them? Right? Simple solution. If they can't come in your store, they can't steal anything. So why would you not? Once you know, okay, these are one of the ones that are doing it, get them out of here. Not don't let them come back. You know, I don't get it. That's just me. It makes no sense to me. I would have a whole different policy on that type of stuff right there. You know, and you and tell me this. Let me ask you guys this, okay? Anywhere you go, if you go into and I don't want to, they're not all cities because they're not big enough to be cities, but fairly decent sized towns, okay? Fairly decent sized towns. Um, you're seeing panhandlers all over the place, begging all the time. Why is something not being done about that? Because you know what? Not all of them are people that are really in need. Because if you stop them and you say, see, because I'll tell you what I'll do. Somebody's panhandling or they're, looking for that handout, whatever the case may be. I will say this to somebody: if you're hungry, I will buy you a meal. That I will do. I'm not giving you any money that can be used for drugs or alcohol or anything like that. I'm not doing it. But if you're hungry, I will buy you a meal. If you are legitimately hungry, I have no problem doing that. Okay. But they don't want that. They don't want that. They want the money. And so, they're making better money than a lot of us out working for a living. It's insanity. It's insanity. It's just it's absolutely nuts. So, but that's a good question. What do you guys pay average a month in groceries? Groceries are out of control. So again, if we can distract us, Joe average citizen, right, from how bad things are getting by now the situation over in Israel with Hamas, right? Uh, we got the situation over with Russia and Ukraine, and we got our finger in all those pies, right? I mean, how much money have we given Ukraine? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous how much money's gone over there. Are you hearing too? I'm just curious about all the glorious victories that Ukraine is having on the battlefield. I'm not. Actually, you're not hearing a lot about that over there, what's going on at all. Have you? Have you guys heard anything going on over there on the positive of how well Ukraine is doing on the battlefront? You know why? Because even though we're being told that Ukraine, remember, who remembers the spring offensive? Who remembers that Ukraine's going to have this big, huge spring offensive and it's going to be great and they're going to do well? Well, what happened with that, right? Yeah, no, but just stop being covered, right? Because they're getting their butts handed to them. And we're still handing over all kinds of billions of dollars to there. The head commander in Ukraine says the war is lost. Well, that's not a surprise. Awesome. Thank you very much for the statement. And thank you very much for the donation as well. And you're right. Yeah, we're Okie Forge. I just talked about the Gerald Ford is going over there right now with its armada and to show support for Israel. And if anything accelerates, that we're going to be right in the middle of it. So. Yeah, there's another one too. Says don't forget about China and Taiwan about to pop off as anytime too. Exactly. And at some point, China's going to go into Taiwan. And how many pies can the United States have its fingers in? That's a question. You know, I will tell you right now. Like I said, I love my country. So please don't get it twisted that I don't love the United States of America, because I do. But I would never encourage my children to go in the military. Wouldn't do it. Absolutely no way. No way. Not this military today. Nope. With the whole woke nonsense and all that other crap. No, absolutely not. Now, I'll tell you this right now. Somebody comes here in the United States and tries to do something, like I said, they're not just dealing with the U.S. military. There's a lot of us veterans out there that have served our country, that love our country. There's a lot of good old boys out in the country and in the hills and in the woods. We're not going to let somebody come in here and think that they're going to do something. Okay, they're just not going to do it. So, like I said again, they wouldn't be just facing the military. Hey, Pam in Wonderland. There is a deaf person in the chat asking for closed caption, but I don't think that is available for lives. No, it's not available for live streams. They will have to wait until after the live stream is done. And what'll happen is it'll take a while. The whole live stream has to process. So if they want to wait until, maybe a couple hours after the live stream, they should be able to watch the whole thing closed caption after that. But it's got to process first, and that takes a while. Thank you for letting me know that, Pam. I did not realize. Also, thank you for the donation as well. But yeah, that's how it goes. Hey Ed, reply to your earlier videos. Any inside baseball on what happens with a pacemaker and an EMP? Yeah, really simple, Rick. It stops working. Any electronic device stops working. So if you have a pacemaker, you are not going to be around very long in a post event, especially an EMP post event. Asa says the military oven is. Oh, let me see. Is only so big and can only handle so many pies. If someone invades the U.S., there will be lots of AK-47s meeting on the countryside. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Thank you very much for the statement again, and thank you very much for the donation. See, the thing is, these other countries realize, all right, like if you invaded Australia tomorrow, let's use Australia, right? Uh, or the UK. Let's go with the UK. Your citizenry cannot defend the nation because you've been disarmed, right? You have to have permission to do these different things, and you have to have things locked up in a gun club and all this other nonsense, you know. But in America, I think the average, honestly, per household in America is like 2 to 3 guns per household. So, again, if somebody comes here with bad intentions, they wouldn't do well. But, and I have talked about this other part of this before, and I'll mention this again. If they attack the power grid, it's all they got to do, folks. It's all they have to do. If there's sleeper cells in this country and you want to destroy America, the only way America is destroyed is if we destroy ourselves. And the way that you get that done is you attack our power grid, you take the grid down, and we will eat each other. It's as simple as that. Because how many times have I said 95% of the people in this country are not prepared for a 2 week disaster, which means within inside of a week to 10 days, these people are going to go absolutely bananas and they're going to try to take from whoever they think may have something. That's a fact. That is a fact. Okay. And that's how it goes. Steve Williams says 27 weapons and counting. Well, it's all right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, anyway, once again, we're at 536 in the chat, guys. We got 245 on the thumbs up. Again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. Also, again, it really does make a huge, huge difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction, the better for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. And always, like, comment, and share. So thank you very much ahead of time. So egg count is not until quarter 2. So we got another 20 minutes for egg count. But yeah, they get just started. No, I know they did. Be a tough game today. San Francisco's a tough team. But anyhow, again, I feel us in this juggernaut racing to get us into some kind of a conflict. Don't forget about the speaker vote on Wednesday is the house in the House of. Yeah, and who are they putting up for the speakership? You know, who are they putting up for the speakership? That would be a good question. I have no idea. I have no idea. So, oh, Jordan, yeah, I don't know if I don't, Jim Jordan, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, me. Yeah, they wouldn't like me in there. So, they would not like me in there. There would be some wholesale changes, that's for sure. Steve Solis, okay. Yeah, we'll see what they do. Who knows? They're all playing a lot of games there too. I mean, the games just continue and go on and on and on. Yeah, I just the whole thing with these people. I mean, when the Democrats call the mega Republicans like they're a horrible, terrible thing, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, oh my, no weapons, boating accidents. Sad, isn't it? Yep, yep, very sad. It happens though. So, but anyway, it seems as though that they want us to get into some kind of conflict somewhere to distract us from how bad things are going domestically. Because domestically, things are in disaster. I mean, it's a disaster. The economy, I don't care what kind of stuff that they are feeding people. Oh, everything is great and everything is wonderful. You talk to the average American citizen, things are not great and wonderful. So to me, it's like, when you're paying ridiculous amounts for gas, when your health insurance is through the roof, and heaven forbid that you get sick or hurt, how much that's going to cost you. Food prices are through the roof. Look at what rent has gone up. And now, with them continuing to raise um, the interest rate, trying to get a mortgage now, you are paying the highest prices for a mortgage than in a long, long time. A long time. So, all these things, it's just a combination of all these things. It's horrible. And so people are, it's like I've seen it over the last 2 years, people just stopped spending money because number one, because they didn't have it. They just did not have it. So, um, very sad but true. Yeah, and who's paying for those the illegal immigrants? Who's paying for that? Why are I don't know. Like I said, the whole thing is crazy. What do you think about putting up a retaining wall against the hills where buildings are? Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I will say that here, when the time comes, we have some plans. I'll just put it like that of what we're going to be doing, and I'll just leave it at that for right now. I'm not going to give out too much information. But again, guys, I will tell you, if you had ever thought about getting to be part of a group or being part of a group, I would highly encourage you to get involved with somebody right now. I would absolutely highly encourage you to do so because uh, it's going to be bad, in my opinion. I really think it's going to be bad. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Hey, Asif, would not be surprised to see a 20% drop in the stock market sometime in the last half of October. Resumption of student loans will kill the economy. I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree with that at all. So, yep, that would not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, and again, so there's something else on top of everything else that's going on, you know. And don't get me wrong, should people be paying their student loans? They should be, they absolutely should be. But it's just the stock market has been propped up for how long, realistically, if you think about it, you know. Um, yeah, another straw in the camel's back. Yep. So, yeah, like I said, well, how did they get the touchdown, Billy the Kid? Since you're watching for me, you got to let me know. But yeah, biggest bubble ever created, exactly. Stock futures are down. Not sure about oil. Well, yeah, then I saw that too. They were making a big thing about you know with this conflict with Hamas and Israel. What's that going to do to oil prices? Well, last I saw, why would that have anything to do with oil prices? You know, why would that have anything to do with it? Neither one of them are an oil country. So, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things going on, folks. A lot of things. I mean, you should be paying attention to them, obviously, because it does affect us. Things that happen around the world are going to affect us. But, you know, it's just a matter of time before it all implodes. We cannot. Okay, so, oh, here's another thing. Hey, Steve. Howdy, brother. I know it would never happen because of warmongers in D.C., but what would happen if America stopped being the world's peacekeepers? Yeah, that would, and brought all those troops home and took care of America. Imagine how awesome this country would be then. Yeah, I know it'll never happen because they like to have their influence. Thank you for that statement, and thank you very much for the donation as well. Yeah, it's we have our fingers in way too many pies and our influence in too many things. We should be taking care of ourselves. And it's funny because Billy Kid Norwood says America is not a peacekeeper. No, we like to stir the pot. And if somebody goes against us, we're going to take them down. You know what I mean? So, but the tension is there. It's just a matter of time. And like I said, I'm always going to encourage you guys to be as ready as you possibly can be because we just don't know how much time we have. And when that time comes, you know what you have to do. Ed, have you forgotten any of your military training? I know I haven't. Nope, not at all, Tony. Not at all. And that's a thing too. And it's like that's what makes America what America is. There's a lot of us veterans out there, and yeah, we might be getting older, but you don't forget how to shoot. You don't forget how to work with others. You don't forget all those things. Hey, Pam, we can shut down the government down without a bit of violence. All we have to do is stop paying taxes. Yeah, that would be one way of doing it. That would be, they wouldn't allow that, obviously. They would not allow that, but that would definitely be something that would work. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Hey, Robert, with our woke military and president in D.C., no way we can win a war against Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. We do not have the commitment. Would have to be won by the people of this country, and I agree with that. First of all, thank you very much for the statement, Robert, and thank you very much for the donation. We are spread way too thin. We are. I have said this, guys, on numerous occasions, and I'll say it again right now. We are the modern day Rome. We are the modern day Rome, and what Rome went down because years of endless wars, and they crumbled from within, and that is where we are at right now. Two 20-year wars, two 20-year wars with Afghanistan and Iraq, right? You know, getting involved in other things where we shouldn't be involved in. You know, our military is spread all over the place, and you look at what's happening within the country. U.S. Army is making up new MOSs to try to lure new recruits. Really, I heard that. Excuse me, I did hear that. Yeah, inflation killed Rome. Yep, absolutely. You know, overtaxed. Tell me we are not overtaxed. You know, so unbelievably overtaxed. So I like I said, to me, stockpile, stockpile, stockpile. That's what I would be doing. So and not just guns and ammo. Let me be clear about that. Not just guns and ammo. We need to be stockpiling food, medical supplies, clothing, seeds, tools to be able to you know to harvest those crops. You have to look at the situation while there is power, while there is the equipment to be able to use for that. You should absolutely use it, but you should also be prepared if those things are not available. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? All right. So, I've said this before, folks, and I'm going to say this again. We will not be a hunting and fishing type of society because there will be nothing to hunt. There will be nothing to fish. If you watch your history, go back and look at history. The Great Depression is a great example, okay? In the Great Depression, the animals were hunted almost until extinction. That's why the rules and the laws were put in place to limit hunting so that the animals had a chance to come back. Well, as far as I know, and if I look at the numbers, there's a lot more people in the United States now than there was during the Great Depression. All right. So if you have 1,000 people fishing the same swimming hole every day for 10, 15 days, guess what? There ain't going to be no more fish in there because people are not going to be thinking of conserving and saving the fish. They're going to be thinking about feeding themselves, and that's it. They're going to shoot everything in the woods that moves. That's going to happen. Okay, we are going to be gatherers and growers. So knowing how to grow food, knowing your wild edibles, and what can the woods can feed you if you let them. Okay, there are two less deer as of this weekend. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. Fill that freezer up. So, you know, 250 cans of sardines in my basement. I don't need a fishing pole. That's funny. But yeah, and it's it's funny you saying that, but again, that is something that we should all be doing. We should be stocking up on fish and beef and pork and chicken, and all those type of things. We should be stocking up on those because when the time comes, again, they're not going to be there. They're not going to be there. And what are all the farmers going to do, right? When they can't feed their cows, what do you think they're going to have to do, right? Those are things you need to think about. Hey, Karen, my thoughts exactly how long will it take for the woods to get picked clean of the game? Not long. Not long. As soon as people start going hungry, anybody with a gun's going to be out there in those woods. And that's how that'll go. So I can fill the pantry with Cheez-Its. It's funny that this box, and you see the box, and one of my members bought that box of Cheez-Its for me, and it's two packages in there. I gave one of the packages to Steve, and the other one's still not open yet. So you guys think I eat Cheez-Its all the time? I don't. I like them. I'm not against them, but it's not like I sit down and pound down Cheez-Its. Now the cheddar ones are pretty good though too. I will have to say that the white cheddar, those are pretty good too. So, but anyway, you have to plan ahead. You have to think ahead, because what are you going to do realistically? Um, you're not going to be able to fight off large crowds of people, trying to take what you've stocked away and what you saved, unless you have a group. If you have a group, that's a whole different ball game, because again, there's going to be that safety in numbers. It really, really is. So, uh, again, guys, any questions? All large caps, please, so that it stands out for me better. I do appreciate that. So we got 563 in the chat. We're at 346 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Let's set a goal of 500. Let's see if we can hit 500 thumbs up before we jump off of here, just for fun, and why not? So if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Again, it really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. Uh, and also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you hit that bell icon to get all notification as well. Crackhead stole all of my stuff, broke into my shed, went back last month with parts to fix the shed. Hold on a second. They took the shed. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy now. It is crazy. Tony Blackmoon said, Ed, we have to think logistically in order to survive. Absolutely. Absolutely. You really do. Why do you think I picked here? Why do you think I picked the location where I picked? Think about that. There was strategic reasons why I picked this property, why I'm off the beaten path, why I'm living in the middle of nowhere, why am I living in one of the least populated states that are around. Okay, there's a reason for all of that. And so it's already bad in some areas. People are being robbed at grocery stores. Malachi's Corner said, "Oh, I don't disagree with that. That doesn't surprise me at all. With the laws that they've put into place, when you have, when you have the catch and release programs that they have, what do you expect? You know, because criminals don't care, number one, anyway, and when they got to deal with it somewhere later on down the line, they don't care. They'll just continue to commit crimes. It doesn't make any difference to them, none whatsoever. So, we have to watch out for ourselves. If you think the government's going to watch out for you and save you, then you're delusional, in my opinion. That's just strictly my opinion. We have to watch out for ourselves. I'm telling you, I will never ever forget, guys. Like I said, we all have that epiphany moment. We have that light bulb moment that sets us off, that makes us realize, holy crap, we really truly are on our own. And for me, that moment was Hurricane Katrina, the government's response to Hurricane Katrina, what the people suffered that went through that, all those things. It scared the crap out of me. Hey, Pam in Wonderland, I think we should all go back to family homesteading, where most of all the family members live together on the same property in separate houses. That's not a bad thing. No, that's not a bad thing, Pam. And work together. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. But getting all the people um, in your family on that same page, that's not going to happen. So, that's why, like what we're doing here down here in West Virginia, we have our own family now. That's what we are. It's not just a bunch of people getting together. we're our own family, you know, and so that's what it's about, you know. But you just have to realize, like I said, they're not coming to help you. And when I realized that, and I realized that we were on our own, that was my wake up call, and that's what got me started. And yeah, a tribe of like-minded. Sean C just said exactly. You know, the one thing I will say, like I said, with my group that I have down here, we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. We're all preppers. We're all thinking ahead. We're all planning, working together, and you know, and that's what it's about. And that's a family. So, you know, all right, let us go ahead. We're going to do egg count. So I'm going to ask you to keep those thumbs up going. We're at 396, so 104 more hits the goal of 500 thumbs up. So let's see if we can hit that, because why not? So how many eggs today? And so you guys are doing it too quick again. We have to wait till I say start. All these guesses you're doing right now don't mean anything. So stop guessing. And I'll wait. I'm patient. I got time. Hey, Mr. Rose. Orange fingertips and Cheez It crumbs on your beard are obvious at, oh my God, you have an addiction. You can be straightforward with us. That's too funny. That's actually funny. Thank you. I like that. That was a good laugh. Thank you for the donation as well. Okay, starting now. How many eggs today? And yes or no for Miss Thickneck. So starting now, and we will go from there. Give you guys a minute to get your guesses in, and we will see where we are at. So give you guys a moment. So let's keep them thumbs up coming too. 500 is a goal, and once we hit 500, then I won't ask for any more. If you want to keep giving them after 500, that's perfectly fine. But I won't ask for any more if we hit 500. So 85 away, 85 away. All right, we have somebody that has won before on here. I know they've won before, at least once. If you had the same exact guess, is Troy O'Brien with 2 eggs today and no for Miss Thickneck, then you are 100% correct. So congratulations to Troy. You're the first one to guess correctly. And your opinion of the U.S. and world economy in 24, 25. All right, I can give you a great indication of that. Janet Yellen, right? Janet Yellen uh, just came out and said that she just came out and said that the U.S. dollar would definitely be devalued. Remember that? I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I just saw that, and I was like, wow, what a concept, what a surprise, right? They keep printing money like they're not going to make anymore. Keep giving away billions of dollars to other countries, and you wonder why the dollar is going to be devalued. Oh yeah, and then there's a little thing called BRICS with what they're doing and trying to run their own currency in their own way. Think about all those things, you know. Yeah, the dollar will be devalued because they want one world currency. What they want, realistically, right? What do they want? Complete and total control. If there is a digital currency, a cashless society, let's say, then they can track every transaction. They know where all the money's going. And then also, if you are somebody who they decide is an agitator or somebody that's causing problems, well, they just cut you off. They just shut you off to your money, and you can't do nothing about it. Think about it. I mean, realistically, think about it. You know, you have so many stores now that want to try to play that game of, oh well, we don't accept cash. Well, of course you have to accept cash. You know, so it's insanity. But Count Chad the Impel. Why Hamas attacked first and no, and not Hezbollah or Iran? In chess, the pawns move first. Ah, good point. Very good point. And thank you very much for the donation as well. Oh, it would not surprise me if more of these other countries joined in. attacking Israel. That would not surprise me at all. So, well, they Iran now has $6 billion to play with, right? That's a lot. It's a lot of bombs. That's a lot of rockets, all that type of stuff. That's a lot of money to put towards terrorism to try to kill Iran or Israel. Oh, wait, who gave them? Who released that money? Let me see. Oh yeah, it was Biden. That's right. Yep, yep, that was Biden. Yeah, what happened to Israel's Iron Dome? That's a very good question, Tony. Very, very good question. So, yeah, the whole thing is nuts. The whole thing is absolutely nuts. But the Iron Dome was overwhelmed by 7,000 rockets. 10% got through. Okay, well, that would definitely do it. Yeah, if you're getting that many coming through, some are going to get through. Yeah, it is amazing to me, um, all the stuff that's going on. I was just talking today, and I was talking to one of my members, and I said, "This isn't the America I grew up in." With all the nonsense going on now and stuff like that. Not the America I grew up in, that's for sure. Very sad, to be honest with you. To watch our country being destroyed by lunatics, it's tough to watch. Absolutely tough to watch. But I'm having a hard time believing they had zero intelligence about the Hamas stuff. Yeah, usually they know if something's coming up. If there's going to be an attack or talk of an attack, because they were talking about how the coordination of the attack had to have been planned for months, and you can't tell me they don't have people on the inside. You know, I didn't leave America, America left me. That's a good point. I like that. I like that. So, like I said, guys, we're basically at this point we're waiting around for that other shoe to drop. That's what we're waiting around for. It will happen. It's going to happen. There's no doubt about that. But it's what we do in the meantime that's going to make the difference. That's what's going to happen. What we do in the meantime is going to make a difference. The more prepared you are to deal with the situation, the better off you're going to be. That's a fact, And I think about, well, 1 second after, right? Great, great book, great book. And is that a possibility? It is. It could happen. It could be an EMP. Again, like I said, I think the more plausible attack would be to go after the grid, because that way they could still keep, like, the power plants could still be, that would be a priority. Hospitals, power plants, that would be a priority for getting fuel to them to keep them up and running. Not for me and you, no way. So so, but yep. So it's just like I said, it's just stay focused, take care of, and control what you can control, and in the long run, we'll see what happens. But I don't have a whole lot of hope. I'll be honest with you. That old saying, "Prepare for the worst and hope for the best," and I don't have a lot of hope with what we got going on. Only takes 9 substations to turn off the grid. Well, and like I said, you don't think our enemies know that? So when I say that, people go, "Why are you giving them information?" They already know. They already know. So it's not like it's any kind of surprise. I heard because our Americans were killed and our hostages, the U.S. may be in this fight. Well, you have some that have dual citizenship, yes, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, yeah, like I said, it would be very easy if you had a sleeper cell. in every city. Let's say you've got a sleeper cell in every city, right? Um, and their job is to go hit this substation, spend a few minutes there, then go hit the next substation, and keep doing it until they're stopped. Think about how much damage could be done in a very short period of time. Very, very bad. Could be very, very bad. So we got 515 in the chat. We're at 449, so 51 away, guys, from 500 thumbs up. That is the goal. As soon as we hit 500, again, I won't ask for any more. So, no, this isn't a Harley shirt. This is a band um, called the Nighthawks. They are an amazing band based out of the Washington, D.C. area. They play up and down the East Coast. Awesome, awesome band. Great music and really, really enjoyable. So, but again, it's, you know, the power grid wide open, no armed security. Exactly. Exactly. And if you go to any, if you get out in the country anywhere, I remember passing substations all over the place, seeing them all over. And so they got cameras, big deal. Camera's not going to do nothing, right? So, that's what you got. I'm telling you, I've said it over and over and over and over. That is our Achilles heel. The power grid is our Achilles heel. And if you can shut off the power grid, then the trucks aren't rolling. No food is getting moved where it needs to go, and starvation will quickly follow. Panic, anarchy, looting, you name it. And it would be a free for all. And it would be horrible in a very, very short period of time. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. They just don't. They don't think about that. If they pretend it's not going to happen, then it'll never happen. But that's not reality. Um, you know, Weather's still going to do what weather's going to do. So if the grid does go down, the only difference would be you're not getting a warning of what's coming. If there's a hurricane in the area or tornado coming, the only way you're going to see is when you look up in the sky and see it. You're not going to know days ahead of time. And even when people are given days ahead of time, they wait to the last minute. I mean, to me, that's just insanity. So, but you need explosives to take out a substation? No, you don't. No, you don't. They did it. They did it in California. I mean, you got to pay attention to what's going on. There was, I don't remember how many shooters there were, but they said they spent 20 minutes at a substation shooting up the substation. They were able to reroute the power later, but that substation got shut down. That got shut down, and they never caught those people. They did it in Georgia without explosives. Exactly. Now you can absolutely do it without explosive. High powered rifle, shooting the right things, knowing what you're shooting, it'll be huge amounts of money to replace everything. And if you go to the bigger stations where they have the bigger machinery, and those get shut down for whatever reason, those can take up to 2 years to get, and they're not even made in the United States anymore. So there's something else to think about. That should scare people more than anything else. But they don't think about that. They're not worried about that. They don't pay attention. So, but most of the parts are made in China. Substation parts, Asif is saying. Oh yeah, they don't make anything here anymore. I mean, we've shipped all of our manufacturing overseas. That happened a long time ago. Long, long time ago. So, there's you know, we're in trouble, and and people, just like I said, they're willfully ignorant, or they just don't care. And we had a squirrel get in our substation and shorted it out. Yeah, so exact, and that happens too, you know. But anyway, time will tell. That's the way I look at it. We'll have to continue to just watch, continue to get ready, do what you can do, um, and when the time comes, we're all going to be in the same boat, folks. You know, we're all going to be in that same boat. And it's just a matter of what we have done to put ourselves in a situation to be in better shape than most people. And, then you have to decide who you're going to help and who you're not going to help. It's as simple as that. Scary, but true. All right, we're at 477 on a thumbs up, so we need 23 more thumbs up. We're going to do shout outs here in just a moment. But if, again, I'm going to ask for those thumbs up. Let's get that up over 500 because why not? Just to shut me up, if nothing else, right? So please do so to show support for the channel again, and I thank you ahead of time for that. Also, it does make a big, big difference with the algorithms. So thank you very much for that as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And as always, like, comment, and share. So we're at 492. So 8 more, guys. 8 more thumbs up. All right. So let us go ahead. Let me get a drink first before we start. All right. Heavenly Hills Homestead, growing giant vegetables. Did really, really well this year. I shared on Instagram, my Instagram, a picture with his giant pumpkin that he had there. And I did was a little deceiving. I said he was 7 foot tall. He is not. He's about 5'5". So, but huge, huge pumpkin. So if you want to check that out, Prepper Nurse One over on Instagram, you'll see that over there. But great channel. So definitely watch what he's doing. We have Icky Can up in Canada. Real good guy. Been living off grid for quite a while as well. Angry Prepper down in New York City. That is Jason. Gotta love Jason. Jason is a good dude. There is Alaska Prepper, and that's Rudy. He obviously is in Alaska. Good channel. A lot of good information with his channel. There is Alaska Granny. Alaska Granny's been doing it for a while as well. Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance, 2 different channels, same guy. Really amazing builder. To watch what he's doing up in Canada has been very, very, very cool. Let's see. We have Demcad, real good guy as well. I like his channel. There's Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen. You have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Bizarrizza Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles. Interesting story. Definitely can get some good information out of that. Marfugal News, Adam and Dax out on the West Coast in Seattle doing their thing out there. Magic Prepper in North Dakota. You have Wrangle Star, that's Cody. A lot of great information with his channel as well. There's Red Poppy Ranch. You have Survival Lily over in Europe telling you what's going on over in Europe. There's Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra living up in Minnesota doing their thing up there. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband-wife team. Real good channel. They split their time between Michigan and Alaska. And they both have a channel, and it's really interesting to watch what they're doing. There is Green Greg's. He's got a lot of good information with his channel as well. Southern Prepper 1 with his Boots on the Ground series, so definitely check that out. Gray Man Prepping. There's Doug and Stacy. Doug and Stacy have been around for a long time. Great information, great channel. Definitely check them out as well. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple down there living their dream, living off grid. You have the Green Dream Project out in Arizona doing what their thing out there. Very interesting to watch them as well. There's Steve Wallace, who does stealth camping up in Canada. Fun to watch. You can actually pick up some tips on how to be stealthy, which is kind of neat as well. Bush Doctor Survival. There is Monkey Works. You have the Needy Homesteader. She's been around for a long time. Really, really good channel there. There is Boss of the Swamp. He's also been around for a long time. A lot of good information, good channel there. Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. He's going to tell you everything you need to know about the Grand Solar Minimum and what's going on right now with the weather and everything. Really smart guy. Definitely worth a listen to. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. She's a straight shooter. I respect that. I like that a lot. There is City Prepper. You have Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer, giving you all the information on what's going on with the sun and everything. Really interesting there with his channel. There is Bear Independent. You have the Uneducated Economist. There is Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands of La Palma. There is Mary Greeley News giving you all the latest of what's going on with Yellowstone, with the earthquakes and uplift and everything else. You have Adapt 2030, Malachi's Corner. There is Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, there's only one guy you should be getting your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Ryan Hall is very passionate about the weather, also gives back to the community in a huge way, which I respect that a lot. There is Russell Brand. Russell Brand gives you the information. He lets you decide what you want to do with it. Okay, so definitely check him out as well. There's Deep South Homestead, another very family friendly oriented channel. Should definitely be checking them out as well. You have The Outsider up in Maine. There is The Fit Farmer. You have Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed. There is Townsend's, showing you what it's like to live in the 1800s. Good information with that as well. You have The Prepared Mind. There's Pinball Preparedness, another good guy. A lot of good information with his channel. You have The Economic Ninja. And last but not least, Little House Off Gritty. So, a lot of good information, a lot of good channels out there. I do believe we should be supporting each other. I think that that is important. And so, definitely. Oh, yeah, Truly Tara as well. Truly Tara 76. Yep, JJ. I should throw her on there so that she's getting a shout out from me too. I think she's over 200 subscribers now on her channel. She does a makeup channel. So, if you would like to go and check her makeup channel out, very nice lady. Let's show her some support as well. And JJ has the link right there. So, yeah, there was a big earthquake too up in Afghanistan today. I did hear that about that as well. Um, you know, a lot of excuse me, a lot of people suffering from things, and people. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to that. Yeah, she is over 200 now. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. But yeah, let's go show her some support and bump her numbers up, because again, they can't monetize until they're over 1,000 subscribers. So that's the new thing that YouTube has done to people. So I see we're over 500. We're at 515 now. So I will not ask for any more thumbs up, but I do appreciate the support, which is awesome. So thank you. Yep, it's over 500. So I told, I said, once we hit it, I won't ask for any more. If you would like to, you're more than welcome to, but I won't ask for any more. So, um, anyway, you know, the situation that they're putting us in right now, with this situation over in the Middle East, not a good situation at all. Not a good situation at all. We just, it's, it feels, it feels like they're intentionally trying to get us jammed up, and or set us up for something, and that's not good. That is not good. And war is not going to be an answer. War is not going to help everything that's going wrong or what's happening now. Ed, the Gerald Ford is handling. Yes, yep. They sent the Gerald Ford over with their contingency over there, their armada that goes along with that ship, and that's our biggest and best. Yes, it's our latest, biggest and best aircraft carrier, and that armada is going over there, and they're saying to show support for Israel. Um, does that mean we won't get involved? It doesn't. Um, could we possibly get involved? It wouldn't surprise me. I'll be honest with you. If Israel's attacked by other people as well, besides Hamas, I think that things could accelerate very, very quickly and not be good. You know, But I think you're going to see. I think Israel's pissed, and yeah, that's a lot of firepower, Tony. Yeah, exactly, a ton of firepower. So, Also, Hamas has some American hostages. I see the Navy SEALs getting involved. Um, they'll try to do things more diplomatically if they can, because when Hamas went over there, they weren't looking for like, oh, where's the Americans? We want to, you know, make the Americans hostages. They thought they were just getting Israelis. So, you know, that's where that type of situation is. We, like I said again, none of it's good. None of it's good. So it can go really wrong really quickly. And what I've said before, it just takes one stupid person, okay, and things can get really bad. Dale's got the ball back by a fumble. Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate you letting me know that. But yeah, it's insanity right now. It's absolute insanity. I think that we could be in big trouble. It just takes one stupid person to put us into a situation that's not going to be good, and it seems like that's what they want. It just seems that's what they want. So yeah, they just captured everyone they could. Exactly, Vlad. They didn't know that people were, that they didn't know people were, Americans or not. They were just grabbing them. So anyway, we are legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? Let's do that. Now we're up to 525 with a thumbs up. Awesome. Daniel in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We got Franklin County, Ohio, upstate South Carolina. Dayton, Ohio with Rhonda. Fayetteville, North Carolina with Carol. Got Connecticut in the house. Pennsylvania with Brick. The UP of Michigan with Dawn. Austin, Texas with Billy the Kid. Hillsboro, Oregon with Chewy. Nowhere, Oklahoma with Okie Forge. BC, Canada with Janet. We have Leesburg, Florida with Joan. Inverness, Florida with Clyde in the house. Dallas, Texas. Cape Cod, Mass. Yeah. Troutman, North Carolina with Troy. Madison, Minnesota. Verone, BC, Canada with Gypsy Mama Prepper. Greenlee County, Arizona with Codster. Dust Devil in Texas. Missouri and the Ozarks with Delbert. Utica, New York. We have Campbell, Missouri. East Tennessee with Ken. Alabama's in the house with Randall. Finger Lakes, New York with Cindy. We got Texas in the house with I Found Waldo. Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. Littleton, North Carolina with Prepared Family. West Virginia with Morning Light. Central Virginia with Janet. Palatico, Idaho with Janita. Virginia with Critter Lover. West Central Illinois with, I missed who that was. Washington State is in the house. We got Texas. West Central Ohio with Dale. St. Augustine, Florida with Diane. Alabama's in the house with Randall. Adams, Kentucky with Don. So the Wealthy Broke Man is in Nigeria. Very nice. Verone, BC, Canada. We already got Gypsy Mama Prepper, okay. Verone Hill, Illinois with William. The North of Ireland in the house. Very nice with Brian. Welcome. Uh, Walkerton, Indiana with Rick. Burlington, Vermont with Gina. Windsor, New York with Dynamic Energy. Hudson Valley, New York with Dana. North Mississippi with Delta Prepper. So, but again, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge network. We got Logan, West Virginia with Prepping with Rex. Um, and, we're, like I said, we're all over the place. If we ever came together and worked together, we got Robert in North Carolina. Make all the difference. They would be terrified if we ever organized and came together, especially those of us being preppers. Idlewild, Michigan, Northern New York with Mama Wolf. So we got Northern Virginia with Robert. So yeah, again, we're all over the place, guys. All over the world. Huge network, and that's a good thing. So yeah, Hella's quiet tonight. She's laying down. She's sleeping. She's tired. So Like I said, once again, I'm going to continue to encourage you to prep, get ready, just do the best that you can. We got Brendan, New Hampshire's in the house. Um, these screen flashes are getting annoying. We got Southern Kentucky with Blessed. So we want Hella. Yeah, well, she's chilling. She's chilling tonight. She came by. She walked by once earlier, I think. So anyway, guys, yeah, just do the best you can. Realize, there's not going to be anybody watching out for you. If we don't watch out for ourselves, there's nobody else there who's going to watch out for you. So, like I said, if you can get a group together, get a group together. If you know of a group, get involved with a group. Logistically, that's doable for you. That's important. That is important. So, just do the best you can, be as ready as you can be, and just kind of go from there. Because again, when that other shoe drops, we're all going to be caught off guard. So anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. They are awesome, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. Thank you very much. I also appreciate all your support, guys. It means a lot to me. I do enjoy these chats, and it's very enjoyable to do that and just listen to your comments and your questions, and hopefully people are paying attention, and hopefully they're getting ready. So that's all we can do. So remember, folks, we really truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure it out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. Race, religion, political affiliation, none of it makes any difference. We are who we are. We all bleed red, but they want us fighting amongst ourselves, so we'll never face the true problem, which is big business and the government. So uh, that would scare them if we organized. It really would. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person stopping you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. All right. Just focus on what you can control, take care of what you can take care of, set realistic goals, and then set about to making them happen. And the most important thing, stay away from people that are negative. They want to bring you down, and that's it. Okay. So have a great day. I will see you all later. We had 540 on a thumbs up, which is awesome. So well past the 500 that we asked for. So that's cool. So have a great night, everybody, and I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse One, out for now. Oh, real quick too, before I jump off, JJ's having surgery tomorrow. All right, for those of you that pray, please keep JJ in your prayers. I forgot to mention that earlier. I meant to, but I didn't. I forgot to mention it. He will be in my thoughts. He's going to pull through it just fine because he's a tough cookie, and he's going to recover and be better for it. So um, just keep JJ in your thoughts and your prayers, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you. Have a great night. I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.